Hi, welcome along to AFTV. Some breaking news all around. Well, actually, there's a couple of bits of breaking news, but the one I'm going to go with first of all is Mikel Arteta is on the verge of signing a brand new contract for Arsenal. It's Sky who are breaking this news at the moment. They're saying that Mikel Arteta is expected to commit his long-term future to Arsenal soon by signing a new contract. We've got Turkish with me. Your immediate reaction to that?
Immediate reaction is positive, you know, Rob. I can't lie.
It's positive.
I'll give you the background for that, because after this summer, I was thinking to myself, listen, Arteta's got a year left, and I only remembered that recently, and I thought, has he been happy with this summer? Is this the summer he's wanted? You know, can you put it to him that we haven't really improved the areas that we thought we were going to improve? So would that kind of go into this season and the contract talks, and, you know, how's it going to end? So him securing or supposedly securing it soon would indicate that he's happy with how things are going. Now, Arteta in the last 2-3 years has shown that, you know, he's a top manager. He hasn't, you know, won the majors yet, but he's shown he's a top manager in terms of
not according to Yardman, but
well, yeah. Someone needs to call him and find out what he thinks about this. But in terms of building something, in terms of building something that's on the cusp of potential greatness, we've seen that, you know, he's done very well in the last 2-3 years. So him signing a contract, I'm thinking, listen, Arteta knows more than anyone. I don't have to keep on banging on about it, even though I am. We've got to win the league. You know, Arteta said that in his first year. He said Arsenal should be winning leagues, competing for leagues. Now we've competed twice. I think we should be winning. And the fact he's signed indicates that he's probably happy.
About to sign.
About to sign. Indicates he's probably happy behind the scenes. Yeah.
And I think the other thing is about this, right, is that there have been these rumours around Man City.
Yeah,
you know, those rumours have been out there. There's a lot of talk that this could be Pep Guardiola's last season, and as I said, there's been a lot of talk that if he goes, the person that they would like to bring in is Mikel Arteta, and this is what, you know, sort of going back to that whole sort of back and forth that I had with Yardman, which was brilliant. You know, and big up to Yardman, right? When I was saying that for me, he's the next best manager in the league, and I wasn't really going off of past records. I'm going off of who's that guy likely, if you brought him in at your club right now, to push you towards getting a league title. And I think it's Mikel Arteta. So I think this is wise by Arsenal to tie him down to a long-term contract. We know that contracts sometimes ain't worth the paper they're written on, because, you know, if it all goes horribly wrong this season, you know, that contract's ripped up, mate, you're out the door. That's how
key,
it works.
Yeah. That's key.
You know, but it is wise for them to time down to a new contract, because, like you said, his contract's running out. You know, he'll have players around him wondering, you know, you're asking me to commit my future. What about you? You committed your future. So I think it's a very positive, like you said, a very positive thing that he's signing on long term.
Yeah, because how many years in the past, and it's not necessarily been managers, it was towards the end of Wenger's era, but in the past, contract talks last year of, you know, certain players, big players, and it's scupper plans in the season. You know, the media attention turns to those contracts rather than the football and so on. So if this is the season we are to win the Premier League, we can do with as little off-field problems as possible. And like you said, a contract is, in football nowadays, it's nothing, especially a managerial contract. Obviously, player contracts are very different, but managerial, if things are not going well, if things capitulate, you know, you can still make the hard decisions, the tough choices. This, just in my opinion, takes away the noise around it all going into the season. And, you know, if we do win a league, you know, protects the newly appointed Premier League winner.
Okay, I've got another one for you. So. Exclusively coming from David Ornstein today. He said that Nottingham Forest are close to agreeing a fee with Arsenal for Eddie Nketiah. Also progressing talks over the 25-year-old's personal terms. He's the top striker candidate. Negotiations after a £25 million offer was rejected. Arsenal want towards 30 to 35 million. That came from David Ornstein from The Athletic. Ready to apologise to me? I mean, because you were saying a couple of weeks ago, first of all, you blamed it. You said it was my fault, right? You said it was my fault that Marseille rejected. I'm still trying to get over that, you know. My fault that Marseille, right, didn't go and bid higher, right, for Eddie Nketiah, right? And then, right, you were saying a few weeks ago, just get rid of him for £15 million. But look, it's starting to look like they are going to get the 30.
Yeah, so yeah, credit to you. Yeah, I'll give you some credit there. You said an English club would come in and get him, and I was wondering what English club that was. And here,
Palace are interested in him as well.
I don't know, man. They've been interested for years. They've never really made a firm bid, so it just seems like there's noise around that. But listen, Forest are very much interested, and listen, if Edu gets it done, well done. Let's not botch it from here though, like the Marseille one, because that was risky. It was risky, but listen, they know more than us, and he must have known that there was solid interest and potential bids coming up to play around with the Marseille bids like that. So listen, credit to Edu, but you know what it is for me, Rob? The reason I fobbed all of that off is because, again, let's think about how I've talked over the years in terms of ownership, and we are a massive club and what we should be doing. Again, we moved into the Emirates to compete with the best clubs, not 20 years later to be haggling over 10, 15 million, whether it's a player sale or whether it's a purchase. We didn't come this far. We wasn't dragged in the mud all those years for me to care about whether we're getting 17.5 for Eddie or 28 plus 2 million in add-ons. The reality is 10 million, 20 million, the size of Arsenal Football Club, it shouldn't dictate what you're doing in the window. So a lot of our window has been spent wasting time, essentially trying to get rid of some of these names. And in the end, we've made 10 million more than we would have expected. 15 million. But let's not forget, over the 2 years we signed him after the 14 number and whatnot, we've spent 10 mil on him because he's on 100k a week.
But he could have walked away for nothing.
Yeah, but we spent, so essentially it's pro 15 mil. That's what we've made after that contract. It's pro 15, it's net 15 mil.
Oh my days.
But listen, it's good. Get it done. I don't really care too much. It should have been done before. What are we going to do in terms of the incoming? Is this going to have the knock-on effect that we all want? Because it's not necessarily Eddie out that we're all excited about. It's what we hope happens after he leaves.
Yeah. I think the thing is, right, just going back to what you were saying about the transfer, is that maybe what you said there may have been true a couple of seasons ago, but I think now, with the way they are now enforcing these financial fair play rules and stuff like that, you have to try and do good, sensible deals. You've noticed this season, there's not been loads of the madness that, there's still time for it because there's a week left, but deals have been more sensible, and teams are looking to try and get good money in because they need that money to then use that to turn around to go and get somebody else. Like you said, let's hope that money is used to get someone else, because there has been a lot of talk that they may not use that money to bring in another like-for-like player, which I think Arsenal should at least be looking to bring in a wide player, right? And that money, that they're getting for Eddie should go towards that. That's in my opinion. But let's wait and see on that. And certainly I feel, when I saw yesterday that Amanda Brozier has gone for £30 million to Ipswich, that's when it confirms to me that Eddie's worth 30 as well. Because I don't see no difference between the two players. Do you? I'm just being honest there now. Is there anything really?
In terms of what they produce, no. One's younger than the other, I guess, and one maybe fits the profile of a striker, tool, that target man type. But really, productivity-wise, you'd probably say Eddie's done a bit more than him.
Yeah, I'd say Eddie's better. I'd say Eddie's a better player than what I've seen from Brozier. He had that good little spell when he was at Southampton, but he hasn't done a lot since, had a lot of injuries, and he's gone for £30 million. So I definitely feel that Eddie is worth, it is worth them holding out for that £30 million.
Let's get it a move.
And they're trying to hold out for that on Ramsdale as well. So they are playing, listen, it is a lot of brinkmanship, because they are holding out for big fees on some of these players. But then how many times over the years have we moaned about Arsenal not getting the right value for some of the players that they've got? This one was a good news story that we saw yesterday, that 5 Arsenal players made the PFA Team of the Year, which, by the way, that is selected by the players. That's not journalists. That's not, those are your fellow players that select you into that. David Raya, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes. Also getting into it was Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. 5 players, nearly half of that team.
Mad.
Arsenal players. What does that tell you about how good our squad is at the moment?
Yeah, in terms of how good our squad is, it tells you a lot. It just hurts that we didn't get the Premier League title. Because that's really what we care about the most. And when you see pretty much half the PFA Team of the Year, the ones voted for, like you said, by fellow players and colleagues and whatnot, it hurts even more, Rob, because it's not often. It's not often you get that. Have we ever had that many? To be honest, I can't remember.
I can't remember us having that many
because we don't really remember that as fans.
Over recent years, man, we ain't even had one in there. Maybe Saka or something. I don't know. But we ain't had no one near it.
We've struggled. I'm surprised. It should have been 6. Ben White definitely should have been there over Walker. There's no doubt about that for me. But listen, 5. Congratulations to them.
I think Saliba's been in it 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I read that.
Actually, yeah, Saliba's been in it 3 times in a row. So Saliba has been in there before, but to have 5 in there.
Yes.
I'm with you, I felt Ben White should have been in there as well.
Yeah, he should have been.
Is that because... you can't even put it down to the fact that he didn't go with England because it's selected for by your teammates.
Ben White is one of those players that I think opposition players don't like because I know he talks shit at games. I know he kicks, man. I know he does the little dirty stuff
so
in
maybe
the box.
Because of that goes against him.
Yeah,
because your players... teammates are voting for you, innit?
So I probably went again because Walker.
I ain't voting for him. I hate that guy.
Yeah, Walker was a mad one. I'd even say probably Porro deserves it more than him for last year. But,
come on.
Yeah, that's going. Yeah, on AFTV.
But yeah, no, it was great to see 5 Arsenal players in there, and let's hope if we can get more in there, then we probably next season if we got like 7 in there, we probably won the league.
We should have. I mean, you look at 5, and you would have thought we won the league with 5 in there.
Yeah.
But here we are, still hoping.
Yeah. Just before we go, who would you like to see come in before the... You know what, actually, no, I'm not even going to ask you that. I'm going to ask you this. Raheem Sterling.
No.
You see the mess that's...
No.
You see the mess that's going on at Chelsea at the moment. He's not even been selected now even into their team to play in the Nations League, that Nations League playoff that Chelsea are having to play in, right? He's not been selected into that. He wasn't selected last week. They're obviously trying to push him out of the club. Would you take Raheem Sterling on loan from now till the end of the season?
No, definitely not.
Why? I would.
More risk than... Yeah, more risk for me. I mean...
In what way?
Number one, listen, Raheem Sterling in his prime, definitely, you cannot compare to Martinelli. Premier League winner, great. He's scored 20 goals in a season. But that Raheem Sterling's long gone now. I mean, the last 2 years, he's been dreadful. And let's just say...
No, first season he came in at Chelsea, I thought he was all right.
I mean, all right at best. At very best, you could say all right. But it's closer to dreadful. I mean, Raheem Sterling, you expected him to go to Chelsea and be the catalyst, be the kind of star of the new show. And he very much, he's ended up backstage now. So why should Arsenal now pick him up and then give him another lifeline? Listen, it could work, but I think the chances it could work is 20% compared to 80. It doesn't. Say Martinelli starts games ahead of him. Who's to say another statement don't come out seeking clarity? Because we can't say that Sterling should start every game ahead of Martinelli.
Yeah, you're right, it could destabilise it. All right. If Mudryk... Right, because I don't know how he's going to play now. Now they bought in Neto.
Yeah.
Would you take Mudryk if he was available on the cheap?
Nah, because I just don't see a good player in there. I mean, all I've seen of him is the Chelsea minutes, really, and a bit of Shakhtar in the Champions League. But are you envious? I mean, are you
no, just envious.
That's what I'm saying. That I look at it as
bullet.
We won that. We won that.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who say that. I hear a lot of fans say Mikel Arteta would get more out of him.
Potentially, and that's where I've had to humble myself over the years because I didn't know Ramsdale would come in and work out. I didn't know Ben White would come in and work out. And look at the defence now and how flexible they are. And some of the... So, in terms of profiles and systems now, I don't really know much. So Mudryk might come in and be the 15 to 20 goal winger that, we're craving. But from what I've seen as a fan, I think
I'm with you on this one. I don't agree with you on everything, but I think
go with Nico Williams, man. Talk to that guy, man. What's wrong with him, man? He doesn't want to leave Spain. What's wrong with these Spanish?
Why don't they just go and sign his brother as well? Bring the two.
Yeah, say come, just auntie, uncle, mum, whoever needs to come over, just go.
Bring the whole family, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, listeners, a recap. The breaking news today is that Mikel Arteta is expected to commit his long-term future to Arsenal soon by signing a new contract. That is according to Sky Sports. Also an exclusive from David Ornstein who say that Nottingham Forest are close to agreeing a fee with Arsenal for Eddie Nketiah. Nottingham Forest also progressing talks over the 25-year-old's personal terms. He's their top striker candidate. Negotiations continue after £25 million offer was rejected from Arsenal. Arsenal looking for £30 to £35 million. And of course, last night at the PFA Awards, Don't know why they're so late, by the way. But at the PFA Awards, 5 Arsenal players making it into the PFA Team of the Year. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out all of our great content. And as with regards to transfers, we're back tomorrow with talking transfers, right? So there's got a lot to talk about on that show. And of course, every day with Transfer Daily. Transfer window closes next week on the 30th of August. Will Arsenal get anybody in? We'll find out.